Bureau Veritas, as you may know, is a large organization of 67,000 employees with 1,400 locations worldwide. Last year we reached revenues close to the 5 billion mark, and we are striving to ensure the safety of our employees, the safety of the sailors, and the environmental compliance. Through acquisitions, we strive to reach all aspects of technical innovations. I would like to mention the company Hydro-Ocean, which is specializing, it's a French hydrodynamics company specializing in hydrodynamic optimization of the hull lines, and many others. In addition to that, the company moves towards a digital transformation, putting all our regulations and requirements at the tip of your hands in your mobile, in your cell phones. Let me start first with the safety issues. As we know, we have the piracy problem, which becomes more global. It is not limited in Somalia, but it reaches also the Gulf of Guinea and Indonesia. So this needs to be tackled in a global way. Then, of course, there is the possibility, the potential of a terrorist act involving a vessel. So this also has to be assessed. And of course, regarding safety, we have the people manning the crews now are manning larger vessels according to economy of scale, and larger vessels have many more requirements regarding safety. From the environmental point of view, the new challenges are the introduction of alternative fuels in view of limiting air pollution and sea pollution. So the new fuel that comes into the table is in transition, going from the fossil economy, fossil energy, to different one is the LNG. So one of the challenges is the implementation of having LNG-fueled vessels. At the same time, we have to tackle many environmental regulations which are related to environmental compliance, and this will require extensive training to the crews in order to familiarize themselves with all these new developments. So the way to face all this is by harmonizing our requirements and also by extensive training. The environmental regulations will impact definitely the shipping companies because they would need to devote certain personnel, certain resources in order to ensure compliance, and at the same time they will need to incur some expenses in order to implement them. So it is money and time, and also they will need to invest in training in order to implement them. But our hope and view for the future is that we are going to reduce the air pollution. Unfortunately, ballast water management is a classic case of regulation moving ahead of technology. We are faced with ratification of a convention which is not fully technologically complete. Many issues do remain to be studied, issues to be cleared. We are still having the United States Coast Guard looking into systems. Nothing has been approved yet, and there are many open fronts in that regard. In that case, the advice I have for the owners is to delay, to postpone application of the ballast water treatment to their fullest extent. IMO is very close to ratifying it, I believe 0.1, 0.15%, but the more they can delay application, the better, because there is uncertainty and they run the risk to put a ballast water treatment system in their ships and then that system being rejected and losing their money. For the moment, I will have to answer yes. It appears that LNG is the best available option, but we have to solve a few small problems. As the Americans say, there are no free lunches. So we need to solve the financial problem. We need, because implementation of LNG as fuel is associated with more expenses of the order of 20% of the price of the vessel, and we need to secure proper financing by the banks. Then the volume of the fuel needs to be accommodated, so we need to solve the technical problem of accommodating LNG in proper tanks. So technology is still going. There are ways to reduce the necessary volume. So technological problems and financial solutions, and at the same time we have the so-called chicken and egg situation where we need to provide the infrastructure. Right now everybody talks about LNG as fuel, but the necessary infrastructure is not available. Yeah, this is in continuation of the previous question. The LNG as fuel is an expensive commodity because we have to invest capex in a proper tank. The most expensive part of the installation is the tank, which might be either a type C tank under pressure or a membrane tank under atmospheric pressure but cryogenic conditions, which requires extensive and expensive insulation. So these are expensive. To a second degree, we have an investment in the peripheral systems like double piping to ensure safety, and at the same time the engines need modifications in order to run with gas. Ideally, these engines should be dual fuel, so in case of an emergency, to utilize heavy fuel oil or diesel fuel oil. I believe that LNG ready is not a necessarily good option because it doesn't mean much. It doesn't give you much. All you do is to leave some space where you will place the C-type tank and kind of benchmark in your vessel where you're going to put your engine and the peripheral systems. It is what I would say a drop in the ocean comparing to the whole insulation. I know that the classification societies have rushed to offer this option, but I believe once you make up your mind to install LNG as fuel, somebody should go ahead and do the installation.